Hey, James McDonald here, and welcome to another episode of the Newy Tech Jobs Update. This time we're looking at May 2020, and it is a more positive story than last month. So in April, we recorded the biggest fall and also the lowest jobs ever since we started recording these. So, very good news that it's an uptick. If it wasn't, we'd really be doom and gloom. But it's nice to have seen a 6% rise month on month. So it's a pretty significant rise, but we are still down 32% year on year. So 32% year on year, it just shows that, hey, COVID-19 is still having an effect, but there is some more positivity. It looks like we've seen the worst of it from a job activity perspective, and there are companies starting to see some confidence in hiring again. Overall, there was 88 jobs posted in the Newcastle tech scene during May. The type of jobs being advertised are predominantly permanent. So 90% of the roles being advertised are permanent. So again, what we're seeing is if companies are prepared to hire at the moment, they are hiring in a permanent fashion. They're looking to get people on board for the longer term. The exceptions to that are the 10% of roles that are advertising in the sort of contracting or temp space are predominantly in the help desk space. So in around trying to get some support in for the now, get some support in, some tech support to come and help people during this period. So that would be the one exception, but predominantly permanent roles across the board in the Newcastle tech scene. When it comes to who's advertising the roles, the trend has continued for an uptick with private advertising more than recruiters. Back last year, there was definitely a trend to probably skew 60-40 to the recruiters, and now it's sort of flipped. It's 68% of the roles were being advertised by private advertisers and 32% of the roles by recruiters. Again, I think that ties into a couple of things we were talking about last month. Cost cutting, for one. Companies are trying to hire themselves at the moment and cut their recruitment costs down if possible. I would be interested to sort of see how this trend continues as the market becomes more and more competitive. We have had some candidates come onto the market through redundancies and things like that, so maybe it is a little bit easier to recruit some roles at the moment, but I would say across the board, Newcastle tech scene is still candidate short. I would say there's more opportunities than there are really quality tech talent in Newcastle, but we are seeing a little bit of a trend for some people coming out of Sydney back to Newcastle as well over the last month, so that's an exciting story for the Newcastle technology scene, bringing more talent back to our market, so let's hope we can see some more of that. When it comes to the type of roles being advertised, 27% of the roles were advertised in the help desk and support space. So I think it just continues the trend. And a lot of companies were working remotely at the moment. A lot of companies trying to set up and support their staff during this period. So making sure that their staff is supported to work remotely does require quite a bit of intensive time from a technology perspective, and companies are hiring to sort of build up that tech support capability within their businesses. The second most popular roles being advertised with software developers. They never fall away in Newcastle. Software developers are in such a talent shortage in Newcastle, especially in the 80K to 120K mark. So in that sort of mid to senior mark, there's less opportunities for senior developers over 120K. But in that sort of 80 to 120, there is more companies advertising, more companies looking than there is talent available at the moment. And that has been the trend over the past 6 to 12 months at least. Only sort of outlier, I guess, for the jobs being advertised last month were security roles. We had 6 security roles being advertised. So there is more companies starting to look at that sort of security, cybersecurity as a very real need for their teams. So we're seeing more and more, it's still a speckle, but more and more security needs in the Newcastle scene. So it'll be nice to see that continue. I know the cybersecurity group launched last year and that's continuing to build as well. So it's a nice little trend to see security being valued with the Newcastle technology scene. And that's the summary for the Newcastle scene across the month of May 2020. Definitely a positive story, positive uptick from the depths of April. Let's hope it continues throughout June. June and July tend to be really strong months from an advertising perspective, and companies trying to hire, either trying to use what budget's left from last year or the current financial year, or when July hits, new budgets hit and approvals for new roles can come on board, and July tends to be one of the biggest months for hiring, just in general, but definitely in the technology scene. So let's hope some more positivity over the next 2 months. Hope you're all taking taking care of yourselves. I hope working from home, if you're still doing that, is treating you well, and that you're managing to get through this period well. Good luck. I hope to see you this time next month. Cheers.